community committed to preserving the vast customs of a vibrant cultural heritage.
Welcome to In Conversation, folks. We come to you from Washington, D.C. My name is Ramesh
And I'm Aastha Verma.
Well, this week was the 60th anniversary of Republic Day, a day that I remember so clearly when I was young. I used to go to that India Gate and watch those parades. But you know, up here in Washington, we go to the Indian Embassy, folks, Mahatma Gandhi Park. That's where the flag is raised and the speech from the president is read. And of course, Ambassador Meera Shankar gives a wonderful speech. By the way, I did mention this earlier. She's a darn good speaker. Better than any ambassador, any time of all my 31 years here.
And she has such presence. I mean, she is a well-dressed lady. She exudes grace. And, I think she's a very good representative for what India is. And you think about it. Yeah. She's representing India, and you think of Hillary Clinton, who represents the U.S. overseas. And it's a nice parallel to have two women on that international front.
Yeah, I think Washington posted a story on them. You know, last November, she invited us to come and meet with Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. And we went there, and they took these pictures, you know.
Very nice.
Folks, I want to tell you, I had no way of thinking, how are you going to send the picture to me? I mean, how are you going to find out my address, my face? How do you match it?
You're a little more recognized than you might think you
are.
Not
only
me,
but there were like 1,000 people in the room. And how do you do that? They have done a wonderful job. They sent me the picture as well as a thank you note from Ambassador Meera Shankar, and I want to thank her for it. And that's very graceful, and it goes a long way in the Indian American hearts.
It should, and this is a big year for India as well, because the Commonwealth Games are coming to India, and this is India's chance to shine, just as China got the chance to shine because of the Olympics. And I have to tell you, I was in India recently, and boy, is there a lot of change. You're talking about new construction, new freeways, new subway. It's a bit of a mess. Everybody thinks, are we going to get to that finish line with the construction? But I have faith that India will do it just like China did it, and I think it'll be a very good year. And President Obama did give a speech to the Indians, and this is something he said that I was struck by. Our rapidly growing and deepening friendship with India offers benefits to all the world's citizens as our scientists solve environmental challenges. Our doctors discover new medicines, our engineers advance our societies, our entrepreneurs generate prosperity, and our educators lay the foundation for our future generations so that our governments can work together to advance peace, prosperity, and stability around the world. What I was struck by there is you look at exactly what he's talked about. Scientists, doctors, entrepreneurs. Certainly India has shown itself on the world stage as being successful on all these fronts. That's tremendous.
Yes.
It makes you proud.
And I want to also tell you talked about 2010 Commonwealth Games later this year. I want to go. But I can't find a group that's going from here. I would love to see 20, 30, or 40 of us go there and actually enjoy the games. I can't find it on the internet. I Googled it. It's so difficult.
Well, I think the Commonwealth Games becomes more of somehow an Asian Games as opposed to the Olympics, which feels much more global. But I do think that India is all abuzz. And if you're in Delhi, then certainly you see it everywhere around you. There's an excitement in the city. Unfortunately, there's also a lot of traffic and congestion in the city.
Of course.
And, people talk about the pollution being a factor, and I think all the new construction is adding to it. But, ultimately, I think India has a goal. It has a target in sight, and it is racing towards that, and it's a good thing.
If they make this one, they can make anything,
Exactly. I was encouraged. I mentioned I was in India over the holiday break. And, I went a couple of years ago to the Taj Mahal. And you feel very disappointed because there's so much pollution around the Taj. And it's been well covered by documentaries. But something that they have done recently, which I was very pleased to see, is within a 2-mile radius of the Taj Mahal, you can no longer have any kind of pollution-oriented vehicles. In fact, they stop all traffic 2 miles ahead of the Taj, and they make you park your car, and you have to take an electric vehicle to the Taj. They drop you off, and they bring you back. You can ride a two-wheeler, and you can ride bicycles, but you cannot take a car. You can't take anything that emits pollution near the Taj anymore.
Because at one time they were afraid that it darkens the Taj Mahal monument.
That's right.
Because the marble takes it.
That's right. And being so disappointed with the amount of trash and other things you see around the monument, this time I actually saw cleanup crews out there cleaning up the banks of the Ganges River. And, you know, it makes you feel good that the awareness is coming. It's been slow, but it's coming. And I just thought if they can make electric vehicles in Agra, such a congested place, why can't they do that with all the auto rickshaws across India? What a difference that would make.
It's coming. It's coming.
They're
the first out of the gate, actually. India is first out of the gate in electric cars. Now, I want to move back to Washington, D.C. You know, this is a big week, State of the Union address by President Obama. Again, he's one of the best speakers, makes fantastic speeches. And tomorrow being Sunday, you will hear from all the pundits, and everybody's going to have their own opinion.
Dissect the speech in every way possible.
That's right. But up here, I want to tell you 3 things he needs to get. 3 things that every American, it's very close to every American's heart. One is that, you know, you constantly hear President Obama giving unemployment insurance. Every 13 weeks, he wants to give unemployment insurance. Every 13 weeks. Everybody is looking how to fish. They want a job. They just don't want to fish. Americans are extremely proud. Work is what they do, you know.
It's so tied to our sense of self-respect and who we are. Identity is based often on the type of work we do, and we're passionate about it. And I think when you take that away from people, they become demoralized.
That, you know, that's precisely the point. I feel that President Obama gets it now. He's going to put attention to the jobs. Number 2 thing is the Christmas Day bomber. You know, folks, he's not an American. He should not get the protection of the law. He's a terrorist. He was trying to kill more than 300 people in the air. I just don't see who made that decision to go via FBI and a legal system, give him an attorney. He's a terrorist. Guantanamo Bay is where he belongs. You know.
I have to agree with you on both